Good morning, everyone. My name is Harry Atiekubuating. I am your teacher today for Introduction to Computing. Last week, we all will recall we discussed about technology. As part of what technology has done in giving humanity, it has given us this nice invention, which is a computer, the machine right in front of you. After today's class, everyone here should be able to define what a computer is. You will know who a user is, the difference between data and information. You should be able to tell us about the various classifications of computers based on their size. And also, the last one that we will discuss before we end this class and continue next week will be on the basic parts of the microcomputer or the desktop computer right in front of you. Now, without much ado, let's just kick start. What is a computer? You would want to define a computer as an electronic device that has the ability to accept in input, process this input, store this process input, and make it available for use. So basically, the computer has four basic operations: accepting input, processing this input, making this input available for view, as well as storing this process input. Now, I would want you to take key note of this. When defining a computer, the keyword electronic device is very key when defining a computer. So never forget that, okay? Now, who is a user? A user is anyone who at any moment in time will be operating the computer. So as you are seated behind the computer, you are a user, okay? Now, let's talk about data and information. What is data and what is information? Are these two terms different? Mostly you will find people using these two terms interchangeably, but in the field of computing, it is very important that we know the distinct difference between these two. Now, data is raw fact, something unrecognizable, something you can't make any meaning out of it. Information, on the other hand, is processed data. So with information, you can make meaning out of it. You can use it for analysis. Okay. So take information. I say Harry is a teacher. It's an information. But when I come and I just say Harry can be just data. What has Harry done? Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about a short history about computers. Unlike today, computers are used for so many other things, but before they were used for basically simple operations, which are for mathematical operations. The first computer was invented in 1941, which was used to perform just mathematical operations. Okay, now let's talk about the various classifications of computers. We have the supercomputer, we have the mainframe computer, and the microcomputers. This classification for this class session is based on their size, okay? So when we talk about supercomputer, as the name sounds, super, these are large computers which are used for highly complex operations, and they are found in big organizations, okay? Mainframe computers is just a step behind supercomputers. They are also used for high complex operations, but they are not that super in terms of supercomputers. Okay. Then we talk about microcomputers. Microcomputers are basically personal computers, the mobile phones, the tablets, and all those smaller computers that we can see. It is mostly for personal use. You can easily carry it around, unlike supercomputers and mainframe where you can't carry it around as we can do with our phones. Okay, so the machine right in front of you is a microcomputer. The name is a desktop computer. Okay, so we are going to discuss the basic part of this machine right in front of you, which is a desktop computer. The bigger screen you see is what we call the monitor. The rectangular shaped device on the other side is what we call the system unit. The small flat device in front of the monitor, which you can hit your hands on, is what we call the keyboard. And we have something on the other side. It's a funny name. We call the mouse. Okay, so these are the basic parts of the microcomputer, which is called a desktop. So basically, this is what you need to know about the desktop. When we meet next week, we'll dive deeper into what all these parts can do. I am your lecturer. You can call me teacher again, Harry Atiekubuating. Till we meet next week, let's all have a good day. Bye bye.